I don't know how a bearer came by the moon and stars, but thank goodness I found you. Can I trust you to be discreet?
About what?
About this. About what I wish to ask of you. About the fact that I, a humble creature, assist the Dame of the Vale in her endeavors.
Endeavors indeed.
As unlikely as it may seem, there are those within the upper echelons of Samberquois society who find the Empire's treatment of bearers to be barbaric.
All right. But what do you want from me?
This town is carried upon the backs of its bearers, and yet many would see their servants starve. Not for the want of coin, simple fare cost little more than a pittance, but to revel in the suffering of others, a simple act of cruelty. Contemptible though it is, my countrymen would sooner cut off their noses to spite their faces than see their bearers fed. And despite my best attempts at secrecy, my efforts to dole out comestibles have been noticed. Which brings me to my request. The brand upon your cheek affords you a certain freedom. A freedom I could sorely use.
Agree to help. Fine. What do you need me to do? Tonni gilli. Kelpaa.
What do you need me to do?
Oh, thank you. An extra meal may not seem like much, but it will make all the difference. Here, deliver these, but keep them hidden. Quickly now. What food I can provide goes where the need is greatest. And today that happens to be the barracks. 3 bearers, overworked and underfed, not permitted a moment's rest.
It's no wonder so many die before their time.
Tragic, true, but do not let anger make you careless. People will view this act of mercy as an undermining of the Empire's authority. Be discreet for both our sakes, and for the sake of those we feed. Oh, and when you're finished, a word in the ear of one of the Dame's girls would be appreciated.
You won't be staying then?
I'm afraid not. I'm expected back in the capital, and have already risked much speaking with you this long.
All right.
Crystal's curse is bad enough.
Deliver the
We can't let people starve as well.
comestibles to the bearers. Okei. Okay. Mennään tosta alas, kun tossa näyttäisi olevan. Tosta on markkeri pois tosta häiritsemästä.
Heard the bones fell favorably.
Are you waiting for it to heal on its own? Hurry up!
Looks like now's not the time.
Ohjaimesta loppuu kohta akku, täytyy laittaa lataukseen.
You look like you need a rest.
Food prepared by Matthew for 3 overworked and underfed bearers employed in North Regis garrison. Otahan vähän foodia.
Not half as much as I need this. Thank you. I daren't eat it here, though. Not where anyone might see.
Has it always been this bad?
Oh, it was worse before the Chamberlain. I'd be dead without him. Me and many others.
That's something at least.
Okei, pystyykö tälle nyt? Äsken tälle ei pystynyt antamaan. Sille ei kyllä ole enää merkkiä tässä, että sitä ei vissiin sitten oikein pysty. Pääseekö täältä? On tuossa ainakin rappuset. No siinä. Ei kun hetkinen. Mun takana. Tuo. Mistreated bear.
I have something for you.
Otahan tuosta.
From the Chamberlain. Thank you. You need to leave. Now.
No Johanna tyly.
Branded! Who told you to rest? Stoke those damn flames! And you! If you've got a message for me, out with it. If not, return to your post.
Nyt on se yksi vielä tossa. Nyt sillekin näköjään pystyy. Eli tolle on kohdattu jotenkin tälle viimeiseksi pitäviä. Varmaankin.
Enough! Curse you! Get away from me! You'll work faster next time if you know what's good for you!
Vihasta porukka.
Here. It looks like you need it.
The Chamberlain must have sent you, but alas, my work is far from over. If I don't go now, they'll beat me.
You need to rest.
But I won't. I've wounds to heal and bones to mend.
And what of your own hurts?
They'll wait. As will my hunger. Thank you, though.
Vihasta ja masentunutta porukkaa.
A drover has more regard for his cattle than the Empire does its bearers.
Report to the
Anyway.
Vale.
I'd better head to the Vale.
Mitäs me päästään? Tässä on seuraava sivutehtävä sitten. Juu, ihan kohta tuun luoksesi. Maltat vaan hetki.
I suppose you'll need a little something.
Noin.
All right. Are you here for business or pleasure?
Business, though not my own. The Chamberlain put me to work delivering food.
Ah, so he found someone to help him then. Just as well. I hear his friends back at court have been taking a little too much interest in him of late.
So he really is a Chamberlain.
There was a time when he was the Vale's most illustrious customer. Us girls thought of him as a generous uncle. He was one of the only people round here who seemed bothered by the way the Empire treats its bearers.
Rare for one in his position.
A fact not wasted on the dame. A little nudge from her is all it took, and he became the patron saint of Northreach's starving masses. My sisters and I may have lost an uncle, but bearers are being fed for a change, so we don't grumble. Much.
Glad to hear it.
Gives you faith, though, doesn't it? To know there are people out there like him. And you, for that matter. It's no wonder the dame's got a soft spot for you.
I better be going.
Guest complete. Niitä ei kyllä ability-pisteitä saatu. Ei mitään, saatiin gilli. Saatiin gilli. We are rich. Nyt ennen kuin päästään tuohon päätehtävään, niin täällä näyttäisi olevan vielä yksi sivutehtävä tässä kylässä, kaupungissa, linnassa, whatever.
I cannot help but notice you bear the moon and stars. So you are an associate of the dame's? Might I trouble you for some assistance? You'll be rewarded, of course.
And who exactly would I be assisting?
Oh, forgive me. I am Etienne, a humble merchant, though fortunate enough to count the dame among my acquaintances. I have business beyond these walls, but the guards have grown somewhat suspicious of my comings and goings of late. I was hoping someone might be kind enough to go in my stead. And who better than someone in the employ of the Vale's proprietress? Would you be willing to help a fellow in his hour of need?
Help the merchant with his dealings beyond the wall. No why not? Kerran siitä tonninsa. Biisit on niin kalliita, että tarvitaan paljon rahaa.
The task is simple enough. Pass through the gate and deliver
Mikä tiedä mihin muusta rahaa tarvitaan, ehkä potioneihin.
most valued clients. There are 3 in total. A grocer, an apothecary, and a distiller. You need only mention that the items you carry are fresh from the master's table.
Nothing dangerous, I hope.
Pelottaako?
Why, of course not. Merely trifles which folk beyond the checkpoint are keen to get their hands on. And though I cannot prevent you from peeking, I advise that you don't. Strongly advise.
Okei. Mihin asti tässä sitten lähdetään? Tuon. Eikä meidän fast travelia tohon tarvi. Tämä se onkaan tästä juosta. Reitit tutuksi. Veikkaapa, että eksytään heti. Deliver the package to Tinker, Herbalist and mikä? Liquormonger. Toinen sana juopalla.
No one's allowed through the gate.
However do they get that colour?
There's nothing here for your kind, Branded. Go on now. Shoot.
I have a delivery from Etienne. Fresh from the master's table.
Every Jones and jostle of this unexceptional leather sack is accompanied by an eerily melodic tinkling that is likely best ignored. Heavy purse.
Why didn't you say so?
No mä yritin.
Times are hard. But this here'll make 'em less so. For a while at least. Sorry about the welcome. I meant nothing by it. You wait right here. Here. You can tell Etienne I'm a man of my word.
Perfume.
Oriflamme's finest. Just as promised.
Alright, se on tehty sit seuraava. Tää on se Herbalist.
I have no business with Branded.
Well, I have business with you.
A package, yes.
A
I
package.
do. What?
Fresh from the master's table.
I do not know you. Where is the merchant, Etienne?
Somewhere the gate guards won't be paying him or his affairs any mind.
Fine. Hand over the goods and be gone.
On kyllä ihmeellistä porukkaa tässä.
This is lighter than usual. Branded, if I discover you have played me false,
I can always take it back.
you will do no such thing. Your master should cut out your insolent tongue.
No Johanna.
Had you been the tool of any other man, I would see you clapped in chains. Payment. Take it and get out of my sight.
Cigars.
Eikö siinä hakkaa kaikki?
Those cigars are worth more than your life.
Ei tarvitse tietää kelle puhu.
The fruit's not getting any fresher.
Ja sitten Liquormongerille. Tässä nyt sanotaan, lausutaan näissä noin. Eli alko.
I warn you now, I don't sell to your kind, whether you have the coin or not. Where's your master anyway?
Etienne sent me.
Didn't know he had his own bearer. Business must be booming. All right, quickly now, before the guards notice.
Äkkiä sitten.
That is no burden off my back. And this is for Etienne.
All this for a drink.
Not just any drink. The very best, specially distilled for my most discerning customers. The guards find that, they'll seize it before you can blink. You keep it well hidden, all right? If Etienne likes it, tell him there's more where that came from. For a price, of course.
Of course. Perfume, cigars and
No,
spirits.
pitäis mennä palata.
Someone has expensive taste.
Etiennille puhumaan. At the gate.
How can they afford to maintain them? I suppose there's only one way to find out.
On kyllä sivutehtävät ollut tähän mennessä vähän... No, sivutehtäviä. Viettää sinne, viettää tonne. Tuu takaisin, saat palkinnon. Vie sinne tai tonne. Toivotaan, että paranee. Peli etenee.
Ah, you have returned.
I believe these are yours.
Box of cigars. After the leaves of the tobacco plant are harvested, they are dried and cured for several moons to improve their flavor before being finally chopped and rolled inside a single uncut leaf. Though no other ingredients are added, the resulting cigars are possessed of the distinct aromas of vanilla, cherry, and clove. Tasty. Essence of rose. It is said that the petals of 20 roses are required to distill a single drop of fragrant rose oil. Brandy wine. Kelpais. A potent spirit made by distilling wine and then aging in barrels for several decades. As such, it remains a luxury even for the aristocracy. No, paikallista herkkua.
Delightful. The dame will be pleased.
You don't say. And would she be pleased to learn what you had to exchange for those items?
You mean the crystals? No need to be coy, my boy.
Why not just tell me in the first place?
An honest man wears deception like shackles about his ankles. I couldn't risk you stumbling under the gaze of the guards. After all, we both know the punishment for dealing in unsanctioned crystals, even such morsels as I provide. And if you don't know what this day's work may have cost you, then, well, I dare say you'll sleep all the better for it. Despite the risk, our friends beyond the wall gladly give their finest and most treasured wares for the paltry crumbs I trade in.
I didn't realize crystals were so scarce here.
As scarce as chocobo teeth, hence the thriving market for even the scantest fragments. Do you think it vulgar that I profit from the hardship of others?
I think you're doing what you believe is necessary.
Yeah, indeed. And I don't doubt the dame would agree. A reward for a job well done. I have the goods I was commissioned to gather, and the guards are none the wiser. I thank you, as will our mutual friend when she hears of how you have aided me.
Quest complete. Alright. Give me my money. Nice. Experience point ei nyt ihan älyttömästi tuu, mutta eipä näistä sivutettavista niitä hirveästi odotakaan. Ja 18 on kai ihan sopiva. Niin meillä on 2 eri... Mikäs... Ota noin. 2 sivutehtävää. Tai siis 2 päätehtävää, mutta no vissiin liittyy toisin, kun ei täällä ole toista. Eli tällehän se on mentävä. Investigate Tatian's whereabouts.
You wear the dame's brooch. She must trust you.
Enough to have me look for one of your colleagues. A woman by the name of Tatienne.
She's still missing then. Oh, if only I'd comforted her.
You saw her before she disappeared?
The day before. She was in tears. She'd lost her comb, a gift from the dame. It wasn't anything fancy, but you could tell it meant the world to her. You see, Tatienne was an orphan, and she looked upon the dame as a mother, as do we all.
So she was upset.
And I didn't lend her my shoulder. But perhaps someone else did. Tatienne shared a room. Her chambermaid may have seen something. She's over there, sitting by the pond.
Thank you. Let's see what her chambermaid can tell us then.
Maybe Tatienne's chambermaid.
So you're the new escort the girls have been talking about. And you've already been sent off on an errand, eh? Poor boy. You'll be knackered before the real work begins later on tonight.
I'm Told you share a bedchamber with Tatienne. Did she say anything to you before?
Kohta tulee pari hyvää sivutehtävää. Ok, miksi ok?
Only that she needed to meet with someone. She did mention a name, but I know exactly who she meant.
You do?
Lad from the garrison. Annoying little shit. Spent every guil he earned on Tatienne, and picked fights with anyone else who tried to buy her time. Followed her around like a lost puppy. Tatienne was flattered at first, but it didn't take long for her to get scared. She thought about saying something. But the Dane was so proud of her for how much she was bringing in, and she didn't want to let her down.
This man from the garrison. Did you ever see him?
Of course I did. He tried to sneak into our room enough times. Slimy sod's got a scar over one eye. Claims he got it in battle.
You've been very helpful.
Don't let him get away with this. Find him, and you'll find her.
A man from the garrison. Seems a trip to the barracks is in order.
The barracks we go.
Well then, I suppose you'll need a little something to remember me by.
Jaha.
And I suppose I'll need to get my coin purse.
Jaha. Ei varmaan tarvitse tosta keskustelusta paljon puhua.
It's not been half a moon since Bellin's tour, and they'd have us march again.
Heard the bones fell favourably.
I'm looking for a man with a scar over his eye.
Looking for a man? Does this look like a brothel branded? Fuck off.
Hold your tongue. He wears the dame's brooch. One word from him and the Vale's doors will be barred to us for good.
No punani for you.
There's only one man in the garrison with a dodgy
And no
eye.
falafels.
His name's Yannick. I haven't seen him around lately, though.
On account of him being in Moor. Yannick left a few days back. Said he had dealings with a merchant there.
The dame thanks you. Moor is the last village on the road to Oriflamme. I should let Isabel know where I'm headed.
Kyllä nyt juoksutaan edestakas. Deliver your findings to Isabel.
Clive, tell me you bear good tidings.
That remains to be seen.
Oh, Tatienne, you could have told me.
This Yannick. The soldiers I spoke to believe he's in the village of Moor. According to them, he claimed to have some business with a merchant there. Though that wouldn't explain his continued absence.
And you plan on traveling to Moor to ascertain the truth?
Isn't that what you want?
Oh, it is, but I fear sending you there may cause more harm than good. The people of Moor are rather set in their ways. You'll find they have little love for bearers, and they will not hesitate to report one such as you to the constabulary. There is a man in Moor who owes me a favor. More than one, in fact. His name is Bertrand, and he works at the stables. Tell him I sent you.
I shall return as soon as I find something.
Okay. Speak with Bertrand in Moor. Oho, nyt onkin vähän matkaa jo sitten. Siellä onkin muutama sivutehtävä, joo. Ei muuta kuin... Mikäs tämän nimi on sitten? Sielläkin on shop. Reilu 500... Reilu 400 jardia. Tonne varmaan menee hetken, kun päästään. Tää näyttäisi olevan vaikkaa ja mitä.
Oriflamme. How many...
Toki mä en tiedä, kannattaako meidän tästä lähteä nyt yhtään mihinkään pyörimään, koska nuo sivutehtävät antaa varmaan näihin mestoihin. Me ollaan muutaman kerran tehty silleen, että me ollaan lähdetty tutkimaan joka ikinen alue ja sitten on tullut tehtävät ja vienyt niihin, niin mä en nyt En ihan hirveästi lähde tästä seikkaille, ellei tästä lähistöllä on jotain kerättävää. Mennään ihan tietä pitkin tonne nyt. Katsotaan miten on sivutehtävät. Viekö ne meidät seikkailemaan sinne? Toki senkin takia pitäisi kierrellä. Että me saatais niitä ability-pisteitä. Eli pientä farmausta saattaa olla edessä. Tossa on toi yksi sivutehtävä. Tässä on toinen.
If the people of Moor are as intolerant as Isabel says, it's no wonder the Empire never sent my unit here.
Weren't expecting any new branded until the new moon. You don't think he's a deserter, do you?
Missäs hän on? Hetkinen, onko nyt eksytty? Tässä jossain. Siellä, kato.
Are you Bertrand? The dame sent me.
Sounds about right. Only time I hear from her is when she wants something. Well, go on then. What is it?
One of her courtesans has gone missing, and I need to find her. A soldier who may have information on her whereabouts is rumored to have come here to meet with a trader.
Many traders stop to peddle their wares on their way to the capital, but only one's been seen quarrelling with a soldier.
Is he still here?
The trader? Oh, yeah. Stubborn sod stood his ground till the soldier got tired of shouting, from what I hear. If you seek him out, keep your head down. Fact is, folks round here would sooner hang a branded than help him. And that's even with the dame's brooch for protection.
Understood.
Speak with traveling trader.
What's this? A branded? Where's your master? Must I call for a constable?
I come to you from Northreach, at the behest of the dame. Perhaps you've heard of her.
Why, of course I have. I am the good lady's servant. What is it that she requires of me?
Rumor has it you were seen arguing with a soldier some few days ago. A soldier with a scar over his eye.
Yes, that's right. He had a comb which he claimed was an antique. Said he wanted to trade it for a newer one. But old though it was, an antique it most certainly was not, as I told him. Nevertheless, he insisted that it was of great value and was quite vehement about my appraisal. I stood firm, however, and for all his bluster, he still purchased a new comb, albeit an inexpensive one.
And do you know where he went after that?
My customers aren't usually in the habit of telling me whither they are bound, but as it happens, this one did. Yonder ruins, strange as it may sound.
My thanks.
Not at all. I would do anything for the dame. Anything.
I'm sure you would.
Be sure and tell her, won't you, that I was helpful. I mean, most helpful.
Make for the nearby ruins. Ne on tuolla. Mä en lähde vielä sinne. Tässä on nää pari sivutetta, mikä melkein... Jotenkin on semmoinen fiilis, että nää olisi niinku tehdä tässä... Nää olisi hyvä tehdä tässä vaiheessa. Ja katsotaan vähän minkälaisia nää on. Paraneeko sivutehtävät vai onko nääkin ihan... Sama... Edestakas juoksemista. Päätehtävä on tossa lähellä kumminkin, niin... Nää on hyvä vetää tähän väliin.